Hey guys, welcome back to Rimworld for our all-passion, no-skill colonist, Lee. Really, he's the only significant one, but a lot has happened, you'll probably notice, and I want to go through a quick recap. Alright, so first I renamed the animals to silly things, like soon-to-be hat for the rhino, and I renamed the calf Arby's Freight. I might eat him soon. I don't know. I'm planning on smoothing the floors. Haven't got around to it, but it's not really that big a task. And some more clothes. We need cowboy hats to manage the heat. Would make us way better off. I also checked out the roofs. There are some spots with overhead roof where we could get infestations in dark green. And I just tried to up the efficiency, dropping things to floor from the butcher table. I threw in a billiards table for shooting skill. And I made a small room to manage drugs. We planted new crops, and we created a new zone for the animals to defend us as bodyguards. After that, we made friends with Schwartz, and we renamed him Human Friend. And since they were both wearing cowboy hats, I called him Brokeback Mountain. You could look that up if you want. We also got a refugee chased here, and this is about where I ended, because it seemed like a lot had happened. So her name is Lighter. I don't know what to name her, but we all ran inside. She's non-violent. She just brought 4 people with her. Fortunately, the guy with the gun ran in front. And there was just 3 tribes people. So we had them fight the animals along with us because we're only 2. And I don't know what their melee skill was. I didn't even check it. But you can see Emergency Meal got a few good hits in there. And also the baby bull, Arby's Freight, is, he's getting a lot of combat experience. So I think he'll develop into a strong, strapping bull one day. And then, we had to finish them off. I think one of them survived, but I don't want to manage too many people joining my colony at once, because then they'll all go crazy, and that's always ruined it. Fixed up the animals, and buried the dead. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, back onto the playthrough. So as you can see, a lot of stuff has changed, but I want the sole purpose of this playthrough to be that Lee just becomes a god at everything, because that's what I had envisioned at the beginning. I don't know if I'm gonna have to somehow get him better memory, or if there's anything that I can do, or any technology that I can research, but I pretty much want him to be getting really good at shooting and construction for right now. Shooting, because it's helpful and defensive, and also good for hunting, and construction, because it's important. Everybody else can do all of the side jobs that just support him to be a better constructor in this way. What are you doing in the drug area? Okay, he's getting a smoke leaf joint. And is that alright with me? Is that alright with me? I need to go set some drug policies right now. He is not going to... No, don't ruin your life on drugs, Lee! Alright, so mainly for this playthrough, I want to keep Lee focused on construction and shooting. He just got high off of smoke leaf because I needed to manage my drug policies, but he's also in an incredibly good mood right now. He's got a psychic soothe, he has a burning passion for his work, he's high on smoke leaf, he's basically going to ascend into heaven at any moment. So at this point, I think I'm just going to keep all of the colonists there to support him, because if we can keep Lee constructing and doing his other work really well, I think he's going to become like some sort of tank powerhouse. Of course, he's terrible at shooting right now, so we're just going to have him hunt like weak wildlife around here. But that is fine. Let me see what else. So everybody else is pretty much here to support Lee. Human Friend, aka Brokeback Mountain, because they both had on cowboy hats, and it was just the both of them living together, so I figured why not. He's gonna be doing plants. Hopefully he'll get up to 8 soon, but if not, I don't really want to take Lee off of his other work. We're just gonna hope a little bit that nothing terrible goes wrong. Pretty much all the animals, except for the calf, which I have now named Arby's Freight, are doing well. Didn't I even name another one? Oh yeah, the rhino was soon to be hat, but just barely developed a resistance to the plague before anything went wrong, so it's not going to be a hat, but I think the name should stick. Let's see, what else? Oh, I just want to say a couple of corrections to my things I said last time. So I'm gonna give people dusters instead, because I don't know why I was making parkas. Cowboy hats have been helping with the heat. That's the reason why they're both cowboys. Leather is better than cloth, which I made a big mistake on last time, so I'm going to be seeking out leather as much as possible now. Hopefully good leather, too. I don't know all the leather types, but I'm learning them. An artificial jaw also would have been better than a peg leg. I can't say the commenter's name because it was in Russian, but thank you so much. You left a lot of really good tips. Apparently that's supposed to be better because it doesn't slow him down. I've gotten both tips, though, both times, so I'm fine with that. Let's see. We also deconstructed some stuff in the trap hallway. I need to rebuild this, and not forbidding doors. Oh yeah, and I had also said that heat doesn't transfer through doors. It does, so don't think that is true, but it just takes a longer time. We're also gonna hold this open, and we have to make a room for lighter. Oh, and then the other thing too, so I had been scared of these infestations here, but some of you guys had pointed out that there's actually mountain overhead, which you can see in the roof tabs if you look for dark green. So there's a few areas on the map where there's mountain overhead just naturally. So I may wall those in so that we don't have to experience that. I should probably deconstruct this and do it in the other order, but it requires a lot of micromanagey stuff that I don't really want to do right now. Let's also just get Lighter's sleeping spot over here. A sleeping spot is better than a bed because it actually gives you a little bit more comfort in the spot too. So never underestimate the power of a well-placed sleeping spot. Okay, did I say then a bed? I meant then the ground. The last things I made a mistake on were I said that human friend. What was his name before? Schwartz? Whatever it was, he is now human friend. He is greedy, so he doesn't really care about other colonist bedrooms, just his own one, so we're fine on that. I misspelled something, that's fine. And, oh yeah, we had an ancient danger over here too, so I'm gonna try to deconstruct just one, and usually you do get a message before anything happens, so I'm fine with that. Hopefully we'll get that message. And what, we have the drugs in here, so I'm just gonna forbid this. I don't know if somebody goes on a, like a penoxicillin. Okay, that was a mouthful. I think I got that because I'm actually allergic to amoxicillin in real life. It's one of the only things I'm allergic to. Nothing can stop me. Let's see. Oh shit, no, you should go over there when you construct this. Now, do this. I really don't want you to do something stupid. Yeah, that's better, Lee. Good job. That would have been bad. Actually, he doesn't have access to that right here. I'm probably going to change this into a door shortly, because I don't want him to do that. Yeah, we're going to micro that in a moment. But yeah, there may be an ancient danger in here, but I want to know because it would be nice to have the extra granite. What else? Oh, and we're going to stick to wood spikes for traps, because it doesn't seem like we're going to deal with anything too difficult for right now. Most of the people have been naked or in, like, cloth that have come by. Let me see. I did a few things with workflow, but at this point, I really want to focus on getting them a billiards table, because that means that whenever they do their construction, or whenever they do their recreation, they're actually going to be training shooting skills, some of you guys have mentioned. I think it was PGM, it was 4 letters was your name. The last thing I did was to set up this drug area, because I don't want them to use drugs, but I want them to have drugs. Like, I want to have emergency drugs just in case if they all start to go crazy and might need something. So, like, generally speaking, just smoke leaf. Are you? Yes, she is making a smoke leaf joint for right now, so we will allow this. But I'm probably going to watch out for that as we go. What else? Actually, if I don't allow this door, will she still store it? I just don't know how her workflow goes like this. Okay, so she just leaves it on the ground. So we'll... No, we won't deconstruct that. We'll allow that for a second. Then you haul that smoke leaf joint. Okay, so then she does need the door to be allowed. But otherwise, and in general, we will not allow them to use this door. What else? I told you about the animal names. Arby's Freight and soon-to-be Hat, who's now no longer a hat because he got over his flu or his plague. We're getting heel rote. We have a gun, so we don't need bows. And we may get dressers and end tables soon, but we've made a lot of progress in very short time, so I'm very proud of us. Anyway, at this point, I'm just gonna let them get to a few more of their tasks, mainly setting up Lighter's bedroom, because I think that's gonna be the highest priority thing at this exact moment. And actually, Lee, can you stop whatever the hell you're doing right now and just chop down this tree and then bring that over? I took him off of plants because I didn't think it was as useful. Okay, since this is going to be their main rec room, and I see myself having a lot of the bedrooms over here, I'm probably along this wall will build the bedrooms. I'm gonna always keep this as the rec room, and eventually what's a trap hallway right now will probably become the main hallway that they walk through every single day. I want to designate those things early, just so that we can start to plan the rest of this base. I may end up even using this as, I don't know, some sort of like, you know, I might use that for geothermal power. Because we'll eventually have our cooking over here. We're gonna have to move a lot of things around, but I'm having Lee make sure that the dining room, although it looks really mixed up and confusing right now, I'm gonna have him do marble floors all over the place because it's gonna make it very impressive, and that's just a mood boost for everybody. So rather than focusing on one bedroom, I want to give them a very nice rec room first. And Bessie is pregnant again. Praise Jesus. Okay, she is... Well, we don't know if it's we're gonna have to get the ultrasonic in a few moments, but we're gonna start throwing out some baby names there, because we've got a lot. I liked Arby's Freight. I think it's maybe because he's smaller. It's so adorable, but he also defends for, you know, he's gonna be a very strong animal in time. I like it. I'm gonna start to need. I've never had a colony get, well, not in a long time have I had a colony get this upscaled, because usually everybody gets kidnapped and shot. Lee's cooking skill is still not, it's not at 8, so he's still messing things up, but he's just churning out meals at this point, which is great, because we can't afford to keep food for a very long time, because we still don't have electricity, but we're doing really well, considering that we don't have electricity. And how close is this room? I don't know the exact values, but we should be, we may want to expand the stockpile zone as well. I don't know. We also want to make it so that they don't go crazy whenever they go into the stockpile zone. So we may need to put some statues in here, because otherwise, like, they may just look at the stockpile zone and then lose their minds. I doubt it'll happen, but it is possible. Okay, before I do much else, I just want to introduce you to Lighter as a character, so that if you guys have any recommendations for how to put her to best work, you can. Ultimately, I want her to be a doctor, but she also has Industrious and Jogger, which is two amazing traits. I would, honestly, I put those on Lee because I just really like them as traits, especially the movement speed. But she is incapable of violence. She's a weaver, organ farm. Okay, so then that gave her the medical. Really, I'm not too worried about the non-violent, because I need workers to do tasks right now. It looks like, also too, I mean, in the short term, this wasn't a great move to replace the floors with marble, and we'll also need to expand our stockpile zones. But for right now, it's, I mean, technically, they're not doing anywhere near as much as the daylilies are, so we're gonna want to put pots in there too. Actually, in fact, the more I look at it, the more I don't like this. We're gonna have to expand this room as well, because it's kind of cramped and they need a bigger rec room, so... I don't know, growing pains, but... Lee will come through, because his construction skill is now at 11, which is insane. We just need to create intelligent paths for him to work through, so that he can get stuff done fast. Okay, I will say this, Randy Random has been incredibly nice to me. This is probably the best playthrough I've ever had of Rimworld. So, at this point, it's all going to fall apart, you know, very soon. I'm going to have Lee just focus really, really hard now on building the wall, because there's a lot of other structures I want to do. Namely, I want to get more stockpile zones going, but I don't want to be putting things outside. I could do quick fixes with, like, roofs over stuff on the outside, but I don't really want to do that. I want to have things permanently done. So I'm going to have Lee focus really hard on finishing this wall just for the next day or so, at least from, you know, this part and then this part. Maybe we'll have to do a little bit more reblocking, or we'll just have to use less than perfect materials. Ideally, I'd like to do it all of granite, but we might have to deconstruct more stuff. I'm gonna need this if it's not an ancient danger, so we'll focus on that. And then get that security going, and then we can finally start to work on other parts of our base. And ideally, we won't want these to be wood either, because this is a rather large area, and lightning, I mean, like, compared to the rest of the world, there is a lot of lightning in Rimworld. So at this point, we'll just focus on defense, and then more production. Always make sure you don't leave your, you know, security messed up. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I could change the sleep schedule so that they would sleep slightly more efficiently, but I tend to go a bit crazy when some of them just randomly sleep in the day, so I'm leaving it at 8 hours. But I'm also changing some of the work priorities, too. I want to make sure that Lighter is doing a lot of our hauling and cleaning and just tasks that I tend to forget about. Eventually, we'll have her move up to being a doctor, but she can also do some prep. Why are you not wearing this cowboy hat? I'm just going to force you to wear it. I forget about the force wearing. Does that actually... I don't see why she would be unhappy with it, is she? Okay, so no, she's fine with it. Alright, and that is actually going to be better for her because of this environment. Also, it will help her socially to wear this cowboy hat. Somehow, I don't know why. Usually that would be a detriment to your social life, at least in my part of the country, if you wore a lot of cowboy hats around. If you wore a cowboy hat around all the time. Though perhaps not in, like, Davy Crockett's Texas or something. That's where I picture cowboy hats. But Granite Wall, regardless, unless if you're one of the people on whom a cowboy hat actually works, in which case, go for it. Okay, now we're approaching the ancient danger. Please don't be an ancient danger. Please don't be an ancient danger. Please don't be an ancient danger. I think we would have gotten the message by now if he did, or if it were. So great. Okay, so then it's not an ancient danger. We are safe. All right, then let's deconstruct the whole thing and remove all of the floors, and we are gonna have a lot of new stuff for our wall. Granite is a fantastic material, and I want to use this pretty much all the time. We're also putting stones out in the open here. These don't deteriorate, so it's totally fine to have a stockpile of them out in the open, and they'll bring these to the reason I'm choosing mid-base is because I don't want to over-micromanage it, and he'll need more granite and other stone blocks for this side of the base. Okay, this is a smooth workflow. We've got Lighter taking all of the stones in a stack, and Lee can just focus on deconstructing, so this further increases and enhances his construction ability. What was I gonna say? Other thing, why don't I build sculptures right now? The reason I'm not building sculptures is because if I can get Lee to focus so much on construction that he never messes anything up, I can just have him do that. And if they tried to make a sculpture, they'd all probably screw up, because I don't think anyone in our colony is particularly good at art yet. Lee eventually could get great, but it's, for at least right now, it's not the main thing that I want to focus him on. Okay, we saw a herd of tasty gazelle nearby. Since they're gonna give us a lot of clothes and other just good stuff, I'm going to hunt all of them, except for one. They're also non-violent, which is great. Unless if they all decide to randomly attack me in a pack, which I don't think can happen, but I don't know. It's Randy Random. Something might go crazy wrong. This gazelle, though, I'm going to keep. I want to keep one of the male gazelles alive, because eventually I do want to, follow up on that dream of having a herd of gazelles, all named Emergency Meal, who eventually attack our enemies. It would be amazing if I could get them to kill, like, a scyther or something. But that's a long-off dream. For right now, let's just hunt them and get a lot of, plain leather? Yeah. Lee's also still got a long ways to go in training animals before he can tame a wild gazelle. He needs, like, 6 in animals, which I think he's at 3 right now. He could do it, but I still don't want to. Everybody here is friends. Wow, that is fantastic. In my last colony, they were all rivals. Okay, Lee has cornered this gazelle in a rock area, so he should get better at shooting right now. I don't know if the distance from the rest of the pack affects it, or if there's even any chance, because they're non-violent animals. But good, he's slaughtering the animal. Does he get melee for... Got the gazelle scream, it's so wrong, but it's so right at the same... I'm sorry if there are any animal cruelty people here. But also, it's a game. Okay, so he's gonna finish off slaughtering this. Will he get better with animals from this? I don't think he does from hunting. I think it's just shooting. Okay, this is great. Everybody's already hauled all of the materials so that Lee can just get straight to work on construction. I'm gonna designate the rest of this wall. Eventually, oh, you know what? We'll leave one... like right in the middle there, not constructed, because we are going to build something similar to this. Eventually, we will do what you guys are calling kill boxes. I think that they're very effective, but for right now, I'm going to make, like trap hallways, which are just kind of a downgraded version of that. And it's pretty much all that I can manage at this point. Still, we're going to do more structures. Let's do these. I don't think we're going to have enough granite to conveniently bring over there. But you know what? Granite would be a good long-term material, so let's just do it right now so that we don't have to think about replacing these blocks in the end. I'd prefer a little bit more work right now to that. So let's put one of these in here, and we also want to put it somewhere kind of centralized in the wall so that the computer doesn't calculate it on that it's too costly to do, and so that they actually do come through there. And he should finish this off, hopefully before long. I will say this, the one really nice part, because I've heard a lot of you guys try a playthrough like this, either in the past or because of seeing this, and one really nice part about it is that if you don't like to be too micromanagey, because I could do a colony with like 100 million colonists and micromanage every single one of them, the nice part is that I'm spending most of my time just manually setting what Lee does, and then having Human Friend and Lighter do... Oh, why are you walking through there, man? Why are you... Okay, we may have that in the home zone. I'm gonna just... Oh, shit. We gotta get him out of there. I'm so scared of these things at this point. Please don't die. Okay, there we go. Great. Zone... Clear homes... It's not even in the home zone. I don't know how to... I can't prevent you from that much stupidity. I don't know, maybe the doors would have been a good idea. I didn't think he would ever wander over there. I'm just wandering over here. Jesus. Okay, well, anyway, we'll keep Lee focused on his own tasks. He's got slightly better shooting now. I want him to get like level 3, 4, 5, you know, so that he could actually put up a fight against raiders. Because despite the fact that he has passion, I would value skill more at this point. One thing I'm just going to also manually prioritize at this point, I know it's going to lead to some stupid situations, but I'm going to have Lee not haul, or I'm going to set it to 4th priority. First, I'm going to see if he doesn't haul like that, because I don't want him to be hauling back little bits of materials here. I want Human Friend and Lighter to do most of that work, and if he could just stay here deconstructing without me having to manually prioritize that, that would be wonderful. Okay, since the danger zone is now outside of the wall, and I want to keep the animals in here so that they don't get attacked by wild predators, I'm going to delete this entire section of it, but I'm still not going to allow them into our crop area. I'm going to just bring it slightly more over... Did I plant crops? Okay, that other one is just for harvesting, so that's fine. We want them to be able to just pasture over all of this, and eventually I may need to set up a separate animal pen. Some of you guys have suggested barns and other things like that. I don't know what would really be the benefit of them right now. I think, I mean, ultimately it would be good to just have them indoors or in a safe space, but I think that the safe space and the animal bodyguard area are pretty good in case of attackers come, and I also think that the wall is just... I don't know, I guess more of an overall pressing issue, so I think I'm going to work on that first and then that. Alright, we had a flash storm hit right in the middle of our base, but fortunately did not strike the crops, so we should still be fine. I do want to keep those crops handy, because I don't want to rely on hunting, because then we'll, you know, kill all of the local game. Although it would help Lee's skill. Ooh, no, the plant died. Well, somehow they're still doing fine, even despite the fact that some of their plants are dying. So I may just deconstruct some of these. Ultimately, we will just want to smooth the floors. And the reason why I didn't smooth floors in previous videos, as I've said, is because rough stone is a great one to start on. And I don't think it tracks dirt as easily. Like, there's some ways that you can make it dirty, but it just doesn't behave quite the same as wood floor. So... you know, if you want to use that for your own playthrough, then do. Okay, it looks like these fires are becoming too much for just Lighter to put out, and I think Human Friend is incapable of firefighting. Yeah, I don't remember why. Was it the medical okay, the medical assistant for some reason, because he was a medical... What is the backstory behind that? Why can't he... Horrific burns from the battlefields. Okay, a lifelong fear of fire. Okay, then that makes sense why he doesn't want to put out fires. But still, then... face your fears. It'd be great if they could get rid of some more of these traits. Oh, no, don't let the rice go on fire. There we go. Okay, that is done. Okay, oh, it was right next to him. Darn. Alright, well, I did say it was going to be Arby's freight. Okay, let's just draft him. I don't know if it's going to make it through this, but we're going to want to be careful here. Crap, that's a cougar. Human friend, you're drafted for a second, because if you insist on not putting out the fires, then I'm not going to help. She is fleeing. I don't want you to flee. I'd actually rather you be fodder at this point. Just because I want Lee to... Good, he connected the first shot, so the cougar is injured. Arby's freight, go rescue, actually, I want to prioritize the present. Well, we can't really get any behavior on the cougar. I want to keep him hunting this animal, though. Fortunately, we've got a fire between it and us. Oh, no, you accidentally shot Bessie. Damn, and she's pregnant, too. That will not be good. I hope you did not shoot the baby. It's like, the problem is that it's darting back and forth between our animals. Good, take cover behind emergency meal. Okay, it looks like we're gonna win this one, so now we have a free cougar meat meal. We gotta defend Arby's, we gotta rescue Arby's freight, though. Alright, human friend is gonna do that. Actually, I want you to prioritize tending to him. Then I want human friend, you're tending to Bessie. Where is Bessie? Okay, we needed medicine for that, too. Crap, that was the issue with running out of... Not good, not good. Okay, so one's tending to... Bessie will be alright, but will Arby's freight? His right... Oh, no! Arby's freight! Oh, his jaw was shattered and his eye was torn out. Oh, the horror! Oh, no! This is the end. Well, okay, she's gonna have to do it without medicine. But it looks like this animal might... Wait, when will it die? Death in 2 hours, and I'm not even sure we have time to get medicine. Oh no, why don't you get... Oh no, I wouldn't get the head scratch, I would get the torn out eye first. Fortunately, she's a very good doctor, so I wonder if this animal will live. Oh god, okay, death in 3 hours. Human friend, go find more medicine. I need to save Arby. My secret goal is that all of the animals that have been named food actually live and make it into space. As some of you guys have suggested. Let the fires burn on! Oh no. This reminds me of the day I broke off half of one of my teeth in real life. I thought it was like the end of the world. Nah, it was okay, we just went to the dentist. Ah, no. I'm so sad for this animal. Death in 8 hours. I don't know, maybe I should have waited for the medicine. I think maybe in the future I should have waited for the medicine. Let's see, why do you have out your gun again? Man, this is why we need a wall, and this is the main reason why I'm... No! Oh, the animal. Wait, is it dead? No, it's alive. It's alive. Arby's freight, are you gonna live? Okay, maybe Arby's freight will live. Right next to its mother, so it'll just be disabled for the rest of its life, but we'll take good care of it and give it a good life. Alright, at this point, Lee, build the wall faster. That's pretty much the only thing we could have done to prevent this, and that's another reason why I'm prioritizing the outer wall, is because I don't want any other wild animals to get out. We will avenge you, Arby's freight. Another thing that I'm doing, just so that we don't have to feed the animals meals when they're down or hurt or they can't graze, we're gonna make some kibble. Not a lot of kibble, just some, so that we have some in reserve. But generally speaking, that's probably gonna help us out in some way. Okay, another thing I'm doing, just so that they clean up all these messes, is I'm expanding the entire home zone to anything that's inside of here. Let's just clear it from there. I don't really see any downsides to this. I just want them to keep the area that they're going to be moving around in clean, so that they're, generally speaking, in a better mood throughout the day. Alright, I think that Arby's freight is going to make it through. He'll live a domestic life from now on. But pretty much all of our animals will be living this life. We just need to figure out somewhere for them to graze. Or, I don't know, maybe we could grow hay. Do it in a better way. We've still got more of this rich soil to grow in. And we could always expand our home zone out here, but... I think our biggest priority next is just going to be finishing off the wall and then starting to get into long-term room planning. Because right now it's still pretty haphazard the way everything's laid out. Our colonists are very strong and their needs are well met. for the most part, and our workflows are together. So anyway, let me know if you have any tips on, because you guys gave me some fantastic ones in the last time. I've been keeping a log of these, and I have a list of about 500 tips in an Excel spreadsheet. I've been trying to organize them as I go, so I'm doing my best. But obviously I am still learning / relearning the game. I'll just like be straightforward with it. I got about 100 hours in Rimworld, so I'm proficient, but definitely not fluent. But yeah, keep them coming. It's really great, and I appreciate it a lot. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.